Your Honor, at this time the state calls Danny Hoy to the stand. May I proceed?
You may.
Could you please introduce yourself for the court?
Good morning. My name is Danny Hoy.
Mr. Hoy, what do you do for a living?
I'm the head of security at the Black Bear Casino.
As head of security, what are some of your responsibilities?
Well, I'm in charge of making sure the Black Bear's customers are kept safe, that the employees of the Black Bear are kept safe, and of course that the owner of the Black Bear, Miss Avery Bancroft, is kept safe.
You just mentioned Miss Bancroft. Who is that?
Well, she's the CEO of the Black Bear and my boss.
How had her attitude historically been towards security?
Well, in the past, whenever I would bring up any sorts of security suggestions, she told me not to worry about it.
Mr. Hoy, you say in the past. Why is that?
Near the beginning of April 2015, she seemed to take more of an interest in security, and we had a series of meetings about the security in the Black Bear.
When was the first of these meetings?
The first one was on April 2nd, 2015.
And what happened at this meeting?
Well, she told me that she was going to keep me in the loop about any meetings she had going forward.
Did she follow up on this promise to keep you more in the loop?
Yes, she did. On April 12th, 2015, I received an email from her about an April 13th meeting she was going to have.
May the record reflect that I'm showing opposing counsel a clean, unmarked copy of the email which Mr. Hoy has just mentioned. Permission to approach the witness. Do you recognize this document, Mr. Hoy?
Yes, I do.
Could you please identify it for the court?
It's the email that Ms. Bancroft sent me.
Could you summarize what, excuse me, I ask that this evidence, I move this evidence into, excuse me, I move this exhibit into evidence at this time, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Document is so moved.
Thank you, Your Honor. Could you please summarize this for the court?
Yes, Ms. Bancroft told me that for her April 13th meeting, discretion was of the utmost importance. She'd like to make sure that the meeting was private and that it wasn't recorded, and that it was essential that what we speak about, that what she speaks about is not on tape.
Mr. Hoy, what meeting was this?
This was the April 13th meeting that would happen at 3 p.m. the next day.
So what security precautions did you take at this meeting?
Well, after receiving Ms. Bancroft's instructions, I went to the meeting room, room 312, it's a private suite, so that means there's no cameras in our private suites. I went in and made sure there were no recording devices hidden anywhere in the premises at the time, and after finding nothing, I took my position outside the room, outside the door of the room, and waited until people arrived.
Who was the first person who arrived at the meeting?
The first person to arrive was Mickey Keenan.
And what did you do when she got there?
I patted her down, made sure there were no hidden weapons or anything of that sort. I found a cell phone, so I confiscated that.
And when did Miss Bancroft arrive at the meeting?
Miss Bancroft arrived a few minutes later. I let her in.
And what about Mr. Covington?
Miss Covington arrived just an elevator ride after Miss Bancroft. I patted Mr. Covington down. Actually, he had a briefcase with him.
What about this briefcase? Did you search it?
Yes, I did. It was a plain black briefcase. I opened it up, took a look inside. I found a tablet, a few pens. I took the tablet as well as his cell phone, and then let him in with the briefcase.
After this meeting, when was the next time that you saw Miss Bancroft?
Miss Bancroft came into my office 2 days later, on April 15th, to talk some more about her security concerns.
What security concerns in particular would you talk about at this meeting?
She pointed at the security monitors and wanted for me to break down the video coverage we had in the VIP room.
Did you have any security concerns about the video coverage in the VIP room?
Just one in particular. We have a blind spot on the central VIP table. 1 year ago, Ms. Bancroft installed a fountain in that room. As a result, we had to rearrange the security cameras. And in the new arrangement, we couldn't see underneath or behind the central VIP table. I explained this all to Ms. Bancroft.
So after you told this security concern to Ms. Bancroft, did she act upon it?
Well, I suggested to her that we move the cameras around, or even better, install a new one to make sure that there were no blind spots in that room. She told me not to worry about it.
Were you aware of any more meetings that happened between Ms. Bancroft and Mr. Chase Covington?
Yes, I am. I wasn't told about this one, but I saw on my security monitors, Ms. Bancroft and Mr. Covington were together.
When was this?
This was on April 16th, the very day after I explained to Ms. Bancroft where the blind spots were.
When you saw them on the security cameras, what did they do?
Well, I saw Ms. Bancroft first in the central VIP room, and she walked right into the blind spot.
What about Mr. Covington?
About a little while after Ms. Bancroft, I saw Mr. Covington walk into the central VIP room and walk right into that blind spot.
Were they carrying anything when they came in?
Each of them had a black briefcase. Mr. Covington had the same briefcase he had on the April 13th meeting, and Ms. Bancroft had one that looked surprisingly very, very similar.
Thank you, Mr. Voy. I have no further questions at this time, Your Honor. Permission to retrieve my evidence intended.